something that holds value or weight. It has a certain amount of seriousness, and therefore it's not to be taken lightly.
Like having discernment and being open.
Respect. I think people caring about your opinion. Yeah.
Respect has a big impact in my life. I don't know why I've always dealt with respect almost at the same level as love, because I think we are all equal, and I try never to treat anyone below or above me, but I also don't let anyone treat me below or above them. So it has a lot of impact in the way I how I am at work and how I am with other people.
I don't really pay much attention to respect towards me, I guess. If somebody doesn't respect me, I just don't pay attention to it. But I would definitely give respect to other people.
So I am a physiotherapist, and I've been a bit poorly earlier this week, and so my colleagues had to reschedule a couple of patients. And one patient in particular had to be rescheduled twice. So she came in to see me eventually, and unfortunately she wanted to complain because I wasn't able to see her earlier that week, and she left without paying. So I thought that was quite disrespectful, and I felt quite upset by it, but at the same time I thought, just have to get on with life, that's it. So that was probably the most recent experience.
To lead someone is one thing, to boss people is another thing. So every time I feel like, again, disrespected and feeling that I'm being bossed around, I just leave, and I choose not to be part of that project or that company or whatever.
I think this is probably something we can all relate to, but when people who really aren't listening to you, I had it in a meeting earlier this year, not too long, a couple months ago, but just the feeling that the person is jumping in to every sentence you have to say, and you can't finish a thought. And I think some people that might feel like a small disrespect, but I think that really listening to people, and I think we all have a deep need to be heard. And so when people don't respect that sort of need that we all have, I find it deeply disrespectful. But I know I'm guilty of it all the time, because we get excited in conversations and we want to add something. So I think sensing that and seeing that I also do it was an important piece of awareness, and remembering how nice it is to just let people say what's on their mind and then to listen to them.
In terms of disrespect, I feel like I felt it a lot more when I was younger. And part of that was an ego thing. You don't really truly know yourself, and therefore you're almost kind of like, especially from a young man's perspective, you're kind of like filling out with sort of bravado and aggression. And therefore it's very easy for someone to dent that kind of like shell of an ego that you've given yourself. And then the more you come to understand yourself, the more kind of like at ease you are, and therefore the harder it is for people to disrespect you in that way. Obviously it still happens from time to time, but I feel like it's not as prevalent a thing as it once was.